Okay, so first things first, we are going to prime our faces. I'm using Smashbox Primer. Then next we are going to be putting a foundation all over our face. I'm using one that's a little bit tanner than my skin tone just because Kylie Jenner has a tan skin tone. I'm applying this all over my face and blending it with a beauty blender. Next I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes using the MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the color NW20, which I'm going to blend with a beauty blender. Next is contouring. This is the most important step to make yourself look like Kylie Jenner. I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Crayon in a dark shade. This makes a perfect cream contour. Really focusing on my forehead, trying to make it look smaller, so the more dark color you put on it, the smaller that area gets. I'm also trying to make my nose look more straight and a little bit flatter like her nose, and as well as my chin. I want it to be a little bit more defined, and I'm just trying to shape my face like her face. This look is more of a Halloween look, so feel free to leave the contour a little bit more intense than you would on a day-to-day basis. Then you just want to highlight the areas that you want to bring out, like the top of the forehead, the bridge of the nose, cheekbones, and the top of the lip. Don't forget to contour underneath your bottom lip. This is going to make your lip look so plump. Next, I'm using the True Match LUMI by L'Oreal in the color Ice, and this is just a highlight, and I'm going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones. Kylie always has that little bit of a glow, so I definitely want to include this step in this look. And I'm just going to blend that in with a beauty blender. Next, I'm going to be using this contour palette by Makeup Revolution, and I'm just going to use the peachy shade. It's just a setting powder, and I'm going to rub that all over my face. And then I decided that the contour just wasn't as intense as I wanted it, so I took some powder contour and went back in. Now it's time for brows. Kylie clearly has darker brows than I do, so I used this Brow Satin pencil by Maybelline New York. It actually is a pencil and a powder all in one, so I used a darker color than I would normally, and I filled in my brows. I actually went back in with some concealer because it was a little bit too thick. They didn't look like Kylie's brows, but I just wanted to emphasize the fact that they were darker. Then I'm going to be taking my Ultra Blush palette by Makeup Revolution, just mixing a couple of the pink shades and putting it on the apples of my cheeks. We want to emphasize those cheekbones, so I'm going to add a little bit more bronzer. I'm using the Hoola Bronzer. I'm putting it on my beauty blender and just putting it underneath my cheekbones. I'm just going to add a little bit more highlight. I'm using the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm applying that on the tops of my cheekbones and right above my brows. Using my Morphe 35W palette, I'm going to apply a neutral shade all over my lids just as a base for the following colors. Then I'm going to take a medium brown shade and I'm going to focus that in my crease and make an outer V. We're trying to make kind of a smoky cat-eyed look, but without getting too dark. Next, we're going to go in with a dark brown, and we're going to focus this in our crease, and we are going to blend. We want to make sure that there are no harsh lines, but we're trying to create some depth on the eyelid. Next, I'm going to grab a flat brush, and I'm going to use that same dark brown shade, and I'm going to kind of draw a cat eye on with the shadow. This is just going to be a base before we put on our liquid liner. This is just going to create more dimension. Now don't forget the lower lash line. We're going to go in with that same brown color and we're going to just draw it on our lower lash line and blend it really well. Next we're going to go in with a liquid liner and we just want to make a very straight winged look. This is the look that Kylie always wears. Next I'm just going to draw in my waterline with an eyeliner pencil. I am using it in the color Chocolate. Then I'm going to apply my Better Than Sex mascara before I apply my false lashes. I'm going to be using Velour lashes in the type, it's called Naughty Me, and I love these lashes. Then I'm just going to use my full lips and just try to create more of a plump pout to be more like Kylie. Following that, I'm going to use a chocolate shaded lip pencil, and I'm going to fill in my lips with that. And following that, I'm going to be using a new product that I got. It's the Liquid Lips by Jeffree Star. I will link it down below. They are so amazing. Then I'm just going to set my face. Alright, so I didn't film how to make the wig, but basically I got a mint green kind of colored wig on Amazon. And what you can do with wigs is you can actually paint on this. I did this black color. This is just eyeshadow, but I do recommend that you don't use eyeshadow because as I'm finding out right now, it is kind of transferring onto my forehead. So I would say to get some black spray, hairspray, like the Halloween stuff from the Halloween store, and just spray it on the roots. Make sure you cover where you don't want it to spray, and it just makes that kind of root look that Kylie Jenner has. So yeah. So I had 2 wig options. So what I would actually do with this one is dye the bottom that kind of teal blue color that she does, that she has on her line of extensions, just to make it look a little bit more like her, but she did have silver hair at one point. So